Hey guys, it's DJ at Lighthaven Farm. In today's video, we will be reviewing the Kyle Booker waterproof breathable stocking foot chest waders. We'd like to say a big thank you to KyleBooker.com for partnering with Lighthaven Farm and providing these premium line chest waders for the purposes of review. Okay, we're going to start at the top of the waders in the shoulder suspenders and work our way down to the 4mm booties and go feature by feature. And let me point out the individual features and my initial impression of how they're constructed. Hopefully I can relay to you the quality associated with this particular design. These are the KB007 waterproof breathable stocking foot chest waders. These are of their premium line. They feature a 5-layer TRICOT fabric and Gore tape seams. So let's start off with the buckles. The buckles are not cheap. They're of very robust construction. I mean, if I can relate to you how well they snap together with authority. They are not cheap at all. Very well constructed in that regard. Suspenders are wide and of course fully adjustable. The top ring of the opening for the waders has an adjustable elastic pull loop. As with most waders, have that feature. An internal zippered compartment for your valuables. This material is really premium, at least from the feel of it and the way it sounds and moves. It's not your entry-level wader at all. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the external chest pocket. I'll try to get this into view of the camera as best I can. It's always a challenge with these videos to really capture everything if you don't have it firsthand in front of you. So inside you have a lined hand warmer pocket, which it passes through to both sides. The zippers seem to be well constructed, as well as you have a zipper up top for the chest pocket itself. And let's see if I can get this for you guys. Bear with me. So internal to the chest pocket, which is really deep, and it will allow you to put quite a few items in there, fly boxes and whatever else, you wallet, whatever you want to carry in there, that if you don't want to use the internal pocket, of course. It has a small pocket built inside that has a lanyard for your tools. Nippers and forceps can be placed in there. And of course, almost all waders that are on the premium line will have some type of Velcro patch so that you can slap on a fly patch like that and keep your flies at the handy, at the ready. Okay, so all the seams on the pockets have this welded reinforcement. Obviously, they're going for durability with the construction of this. I should also point out on this pass-through hand warmer pocket, there isn't a stitch right here that causes it to be that deep. The stitch at the bottom of this pocket is down here. So literally you have this entire pocket available to stuff your gloves in, your hat in, your reel pouch can go into there, your tippet, your split shot containers. It's huge. This pocket ends at the hips on both sides. It starts up here and extends all the way down, and the entire pocket is lined with felt. Very nice to do that and not limit you. Many waders will have a stitch right here and it'll be short, so you can almost just get your hands in, and maybe with gloves on, that's about it. This is a substantial area that you can pack your, basically maybe you omit carrying a vest or a sling pack and go straight to packing everything inside your waders. I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know how comfortable it would be, but it's there. So now we actually go into the wader itself. And if you notice, well, let me see if I can actually help you see this. The seams on this are constructed with the seam in the front and the rear of the leg, not in the crotch. So you're not going to wear the seams out when you're walking. And also when you get down to the boot, you have the gravel guards with elastic on them and a metal clip to grab onto your laces of your wading boots. The booties on these are 4mm neoprene, which stacks up very well. 4mm is probably the thickest you're going to want to go, and still have the ability to get your feet in and out comfortably, and the mobility associated with walking and then getting into your wading boots. They're quite robust. They seem to be seamed well. Of course, on-stream performance will be the deciding factor on how well the construction is on all this. You have a elastic gravel guard that should be able to comfortably go around the top side of your wading boots without a problem. You're not going to have to fight them to get it on to the boot. So here's a shot of it turned inside out of one of the legs. Notice the seam runs down the back side of the knee and just about the front side of the knee. So a concern, but I believe given how durable this material that it is constructed out of, this TRICOT 5-layer material, a concern would be having a seam down the middle of your knee if you kneel down when taking a picture of a fish or doing a quick release. Might be the durability long term. But I don't think that you're going to own these waders that long for it to be an issue. If you're talking 5-6 years, if you get 5-6 years out of this set of waders, you're doing good, and you've gotten your value out of your purchase. Hopefully, the sound that's coming through can give you a feel for how well this 5-layer fabric is constructed. It's thick. It's not too thick where it doesn't seem like it would move well with you, but it's sort of like when you look at Carhartt jackets versus an off-brand that's trying to compete with them. You can totally tell the difference between a well-constructed Carhartt and some other company that's trying to emulate the benchmark, so to speak. This fabric is right in line with your premium level waders and the big name companies. Of course, on the back side of the wader, you have welded belt loops. And if I can just make an opinion, it would have been nice for those belt loops to extend around to the front and maybe have another set in the front of the waders so that when you go to put these on, or if you need to use the restroom while you're fishing, you're not having to hunt around the backside of the wader to grab this buckle to put the wading belt back together. The wading belt buckles are the same that are on the shoulder straps. Very well constructed, robust. So another, probably my last opinion of the initial unboxing of these waders is that I noticed that I ordered a extra large set of waders based on their sizing recommendations. And because because I typically fish in colder weather months, from September, October through March, and there's snow and ice and cold temperatures, et cetera, that are associated with fishing during that time frame for our steelhead run, layering is a necessity. Even though I wear high performance gear that retain heat and are thinner material, Under Armour ceramic lined coats, that sort of thing, you're still going to get to a situation, and I'm getting to my point here. So if you layer a certain amount of layers and you're in this wader, I would be concerned with, at least initially, and I'll review this and come back to this point in my next video 3 months from now. I would be concerned with the width and the cut on these waders. They're straight. For an American market, I would think that we would need just a little bit more width in the chest area so that it can accommodate the layering associated with fishing during cold winter months and conditions where you would have multiple layers of clothing on your upper body. Other than that, and the extra large fit me well. I would just be concerned with putting multiple layers on, how they're going to perform on the stream, and I'll get back to that when I do my on-stream performance review. But initially out of the box, I can tell you that the construction of this particular set of waders, the KB007 premium line breathable stocking foot waders, is very good for $149.99. So hopefully you found this initial overview video helpful, and you can make a determination on whether this is a particular pair of waders you want to make your investment into. I know that I go through waders about every 2 to 3 years based on the amount of fishing I do, and inevitably the areas of concern that I encounter are not suspenders breaking or seams coming apart in the waist or the chest or zippers breaking, although on this particular set of waders, like I said, are very well constructed. It's usually leaks that develop in the booties, and usually what basically ends the life cycle of a wader with me is this seam from the booty to the wader and this seam in the heel of the booty. When those start to leak, if you can't catch them actually in the seam, and if it's outside from like a wear component of the heel going back and forth inside the boot, it's pretty much game over for those waders. And I find that I blow through waders about every 2 to 3 years with that same type of leak, and for some odd reason it's always the right foot, and no matter how well I try to reseal them and use aqua seal and that sort of thing, I can never get it to stop. So it's just an investment. So the great thing about maybe this particular wader is if you find yourself in similar circumstance, and that is an experience that you have as well, where every couple of years, every 2 to 3 years, you're looking for a new set of waders. If these last 2 to 3 years and you only spend $150 on them, it's much better than getting into a situation where you spent on another premium line product several $100s, and you're going to look at it. You can get basically 2 of these really nice waders for the price of one, and get more for your money. Now that is not, I guess, in comparison to some of your really super high-end premium waders that have lifetime warranties and low costs of replacement associated with them if they do that sort of thing. I'm not trying to say that this wader would compete with a $600 or $700, $800 pair of waders from some of the really super big name brand names. But in the middle of the ground, middle of the road area, LL Bean and some of the other manufacturers, I think this offers a very good competition to their product. If you got anything out of this video, if you could please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon to get notified of new videos. We really appreciate your support, and by hitting the thumbs up, hitting the subscribe button, and hitting the bell icon, you force the YouTube algorithms to recognize our video as something of importance and place us higher in the queue for people to review the product and get out of it what you got out of it as well. So we really appreciate your support in that regard, and it's something that's really simple to do and quick, and we really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Once again, this is DJ at Lighthaven Farm, and we appreciate your support, and we look forward to giving you more reviews down the road. Here's a little teaser. This is the next product that I'm going to review. I paid for this. This is something that I purchased. It was not provided. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of this product and the features associated with this little tiny hip pack. This is a stash and go type of pack, and it probably has more uses than just for fishing. So that's coming up in the next video.